All right, we join in late, chat. But we got Dark versus Juicy to qualify for the Fall 5K. But we'll probably continue the trend of very little commentating. We've signed ourselves up for a ton of Rocket League to watch and to cast in the coming days, and specifically today. So we will probably keep it fairly casual. Juicy is a French Rocket League pro playing on Heat, I believe. Dark, the 14-year-old madman from the Middle East, who is able to get a crazy read in order to get his second goal, but you can't win this kickoff as they both fake it. Juicy comes out with the edge. How's your hairline, Feer? Oh, it's certainly not terribly receding, if that's what you're thinking. And that's not why I always wear a hat, if that's what you're thinking. The hairline underneath is pristine. Who the F is Juicy? He plays on Heat. He's a French pro. He's in the top 100, and he's more than capable of winning this series and is on track to win this game, if ever so slightly right now. Oh, did I misspell something? Oh, you got it. Got it. I thought you were the dummy in chat who misspelled it. And I'm like, you know what? Just to be clear, when you misspelled it, I didn't call you out. I didn't call you out. Let's think about that. You misspelled it, and I just said, you know what? He meant to say Juicy. But no, you have to give me crap. Think about that. Who does HMO have in his lower bracket? Either Prime or Devoof. So, Grandma qualified? Dude, Grandma, it might be the truth, chat. I'm not going to lie to you. Grandma might be the truth. Grandma's been playing really well in ranked games that I've watched. And Grandma just didn't drop a single game in the process of qualifying. And played Ness, too. Played Ness in his qualifying match. So, Ashley beat Juicy. Killiers is playing Hyder. So we have Ashley, Grandma, and Atomic. Those are good additions so far. How did Dark score this? I was looking away. Nice double jump. I like, yeah. I mean, he spells his name Grandma, right? I don't know how else to say that. Nothing compared to Grandpa. It's not Grandma, but the problem is everyone says Grandma like Grandma, which is how he spells his name. So everyone just, oh my goodness, Dark. Dark, please. You know your opponents, they have families. My goodness. Pronounce the Italian way? How do you do that other than putting your hands up and I don't know how to pronounce it the Italian way. I swear he just has more boost than me. And TRK Khaled, Ahmad in the tournament. Ahmad is not. TRK is not. Ahmad, I'll admit, I did not invite for top 8, although I would have gladly had him. I just don't know if he's top 8. And TRK declined his invitation. Juicy getting dunked here by Grandma. Do you mean the other way around? Dark is the definition of 100 mechanics and 0 IQ? Or are you trying to make the argument that Dark doesn't have mechanics? Which would definitely be a tough argument to make. TRK isn't playing ones. I mean, that's what I heard from him. He said that he wanted to focus on RLCS 3v3, which is totally fine. Us 1v1 fans know that we've always had to play second fiddle for some of the more talented players. And that's fine. Prize pool for my tournament, $5,000. Prize pool for RLCS, what is it, 6 million or whatever over the whole year. So I feel like I understand that. Ooh, Juicy. Juicy trying to get juicy, man. I feel like Juicy, I haven't even watched Juicy play, and I've already decided he's mechanical because his name is Juicy. Anyone else agree? Anyone else ready to see Juicy get juicy here on the pitch today? Dunked by Grandma. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if Grandma does well in the top 8 tomorrow. Or gets to the top 8 tomorrow. I still think that the top 8 that I invited is probably most likely to make top 8. Which, by the way, do you guys see in North America? My exact top 8 made it, and then my exact top 4 made it. And they even made it, like, following their exact seed. Daniel, the 1 seed, playing Jack, the 4 seed. And First Killer, the 2 seed, playing AJ, the 3 seed. Is the bracket somewhere other than Wikipedia? This bracket is on Start GG for the qualifier, which you can find at !bracket. You thought Daniel lost and Abject didn't? That's true, that's true. I should say they probably traded seeds. Actually, AJ and Jack both come in as the higher seeds in their matchups, technically. But the point is that it still ended up there. Yeah, this one's best of 5. Kalir's qualified, beat Hyder. Kalir's made top 4 last time, so Kalir's actually could make top 8 too. The EU, I think the NA top 8, I was saying this on Reddit because somebody talked about whether or not the format was good. The NA top 8 just happens to be like pretty clearly 8 players. You know, without Razebull and without Yan added in as well, there wasn't really an obvious player to come in and jump to take over. Arsenal was probably closest, and he was the 9th seed. You know, maybe if we could have gotten Reddles or some other players who are up there near the top 8, maybe they could have gotten some upsets, but Reddles couldn't play. Can't just have your first time chat be a GoFundMe link. I don't think that's how chatting on Twitch works. Someone bet 41,000 on Kalir's against DRK, and dude got like 400k. Yeah, that is a good bet. I mean, I don't know if it was a good bet when he made it, but it's a good bet in terms of his return. Who's shady? That's a good question. FS, you tell me, man. He's a Middle Eastern player, and he apparently knows Dr. Known because he was telling me to ask Dr. Known to, you know, basically approve of him joining. But I noticed his MMR was pretty high. I'm like, you know what? Your MMR is a lot higher than some other people who are in this, so you might just win, even though I haven't heard of you before. So I did let him play. It looks like he's in a qualifying game now against Hyder. Who is Ness? Ness is going to play Kiernan or Loreley. I do think Ness is going to be favored in that. Wait, it might be Muhammad. Is that right? Is Zen? I'm assuming you meant to say Zen. Is Zen playing ones? No. Anytime I've talked to Zen in the past, he's been pretty locked in. Well, first off, I don't think I've ever talked to Zen. I don't know if he's ever responded to me. But I feel like through the grapevine, I've heard that he's locked into RLCS. Ooh, Juicy almost got to the ball in time. Bump Dark. Juicy is good, man. Yeah, Dark's not throwing. Juicy is good. Here's the thing about Dark. As exciting as he is, I think what some people think is they see, you know, a double flip reset pogo, and they go, that guy's the best player in the game. Like, legitimately, some people will even say Dark is the best 1v1er in the game right now. You know, I think that that's a rare take, but it's a take that humans do have. And I think what those humans are forgetting is that 1v1 is about the ball going through the net, and not necessarily about the fanciest way of getting it into the net. You know, Dark gets everybody excited because he's like legit freestyling in 1v1. But there are lots of players who maybe slightly higher prioritize getting that ball to the net in a more straightforward fashion that will do it better than Dark does. And Juicy might be one of those. But it's yet to be seen. if you look at his gameplay, he struggles to properly score free power shots. Yeah, I mean, we watched him in a qualifying game earlier, or in his first round, not even a qualifying game, and he missed a couple open nets. Like, that was the reason why he wasn't really in that game, is because he got a couple good opportunities and then missed the freebies. And you can't be missing the freebies. Nice fake on this one. Waited for the read on the spawn. Moxie in ones is mechanical, but no dark. Is someone trying to say Moxie is more mechanical? I think Moxie's just a ones player through and through, which I love that Moxie is like maybe the best in the world right now. I feel like he's playing maybe best in the world level. And so I like that like a ones dedicated player is doing that, because it always feels not icky, but it's like when an RLCS 3's pro is the best, it's like, dude, they barely even, the ones is their second thing that they're caring about, and they're still the best. How good could they be if they played just ones, And Moxie, if he is the best, is kind of answering that question, because he hasn't played much RLCS. So it's like, what if the best player cared just about ones? And that could be the answer. No, Dan is the best. To be fair, Dan might be the best. Well, I mean, we might get Dan Moxie in the fall 5K. You never know, but... Have you heard anything about Drowley? I mean, he's playing the tournament tomorrow, so we'll get to see how he does. Drowley looks really good. Drowley's looked really good when he came back. I mean, he looked like an immediate return to form. So, and he won FeerFest 2 or FeerFest 1. I think he won FeerFest. So he's like a winner of my tournaments before. So I wanted to invite him if he was down to play, even though he hasn't been playing a ton of Rocket League, and he said he was. So I expect good things from him. But you never know. I'm not sure how much he's been playing. But I did feel like I owed him an invite. And he accepted. Thanks for inviting me. Yo, thanks for playing, Prime. Sorry that it might not have worked out for you. I see you got a win over Nisaron. Devoof is good, though, man. Devoof's a tough opponent. You need Seiko. What about Nupo? He was going to play, but for whatever reason, he had to drop out this morning. He signed up for the qualifier, but then he told me he wasn't going to be able to make it. Fennec Dan is just Diffie. He didn't go Fennec yesterday, so we'll see if he goes Fennec today. Dude, it's crazy how frequent now Perez will say something in chat and then there'll be somebody there to, this is a great chat, will be asking for an unban. You can't ask for unbans in this chat. All right? And also, your argument doesn't even seem that good, Jamie. Like, I'm not sure there is an argument that, like, is I don't think you've earned the unban there. Asking for unbans should be a ban here. I mean, you're not wrong. It's definitely a good long timeout. But if the mods were to ban him, then I wouldn't. Where else am I meant to ask? Not here. It sounds like you sounds like you know exactly where you're supposed to ask. You did an unban request. You did all you can do. If he doesn't unban you, then you were meant to be banned. And I tell you what, it's not a good start to go to someone else's stream and say, hey, I know that you banned me. I know this person that you trust and respect banned me, but can you unban me? That's not a good start to your tenure on this channel. Admitting that you do bannable behavior is not the way to start out. Let me find out. Jorya's gonna go look. You know, if Jorya's unbans you, that's how you get saved. It looks like it might have worked. That's even worse. It's even worse that it might work. They're usually quite entertaining. That's because people are terrible. Ooh, a good shot from Juicy. Juicy about to tie up this series. Playing a solid game. Got banned from Feer's chat because someone called me. Wait, you called it? Okay. That sounds like both you guys deserve a quick little ban. Sad we couldn't see him in Gamers 8. Did Juicy, because they had Raziers, is that what you're talking about? I mean, Raziers is solid. Yo, Basil, thank you for the Prime. 4 months of Prime. Appreciate that. NA was superior. No, you can't get unbanned. Oh, Dark needed to channel the beast mode. That's why he had to go back. He had to channel B mode Dark. Is this version 1 decal the best example of somebody like selling merch, basically? Like a player selling decals? Or do you guys think version 1 decal gets used this much if beast mode is not the one using it? If you think that the majority of people using this version 1 decal is because it's beast mode playing in it, type 1. If not, type 2. I think I'm a oneer. I think more people are, way more people are using it because it's beast mode. A lot of people say that the decal is just good, a good amount of 2s. I don't think we have a bit more 1s than we do 2s. It just looks clean. To be fair, I mean, beast mode, if he was like wearing the vitality decal, like people aren't going to use it. But I mean, you have to do both. It was the same with the Joya's Dig Fennec preset in fall last year. Dude, the new Dig one though is actually just fire. Even if, I mean, I guess they aren't part of Dig anymore. But the new Dig one is really good. I liked the old Dig one too though. The cheese. Dark's trying to go full field dribble. Not gonna happen. Same with the Joyo preset. True. This should be a goal for Juicy. Would you say the same for Seiko using endpoint decal? You know, that's a good question. What do you tell me? I thought people just kind of liked the endpoint decal, but you guys really think it's Seiko that sold that one? Juicy is from France, yeah. Neural Network is the most influenced decal if we are talking non-esports. Is that true? After that spring major, when everybody just downloaded or whatever, after the moist pop-off, or downloaded it, got it, I feel like there's some other decals that I can't think of. You guys remember when the Wolf decal was like the rage? Is when the decals were a little bit less exotic, but the painted Lone Wolf decal, like you had to be, if you wanted to be cool, you had to be using that decal. MG88. True. Is France the deepest country with Rocket League talent? I mean, isn't the deepest country the US? But I'm not even sure that that's like a fair argument, just because, oh, this is nasty, dude. Dark doing his thing. Because they have so many more people. Like, aren't the US just have way more people? Like, doesn't even really, it's not even really fair, right? But I feel like France is definitely the next up, right? France deepest per capita? Yeah, that could be true. The US is just massive. Just like, in terms of depth, just have a ton of players. Literally, almost the entire league, you know, on the North American side, is the US, or a huge portion of it. If Dark loses this, is he out? Yes. If Dark loses this series, he is done. If Juicy loses this series, he is done. Both these guys are in the lower bracket, so this is their final chance to try and qualify. Top 3 Canadians beat top 3 US. Who's top 3 Canadians? JNAP's Squishy. Is Taroko Canadian? Who's the third best Canadian? I'm sure there's somebody I'm forgetting. Illusion? Appjack. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Appjack, Nolly, and JNAPs would be a good team. Yeah, I agree. You're right. Dude, Juicy's getting juicy too. Juicy getting juicy as well. Dark tried to pre-jump him. The Chronic disrespect. Chronic is not Canadian. The joke is that Chronic is English. And if you're not doing the joke, then he's just United States. Ooh, nice pre-jump by Juicy, man. Juicy has the answer right now. Dude, Juicy looking mechanical too, but this one was a failed attempt. Long shot for Dark. Right into Juicy's hands. Not only does he get the save, he gets the boost as well. Looking nice today. Wait, I'm not on screen, right? Pretty sure I'm not. Ask for a cookser from them with a cherry on top? No. These guys are trying to qualify for a high prize pool tournament. You don't ask them to hit specific shots. They're trying to hit the shots that go in the net. And that's what I want them to do. I want them to pick whatever they think has the highest chance of going in the net. Which, for Dark, is quad reset pogos, but that's slightly unique for him. Does Juicy have Twitch? That's a good question. Somebody in chat probably knows the answer to that. When is Gengar or Lone Star going to play? Trying to hit the throwbacks, dude. Lone Star is a really long throwback, I feel like. I don't know if Lone Star is still playing. Honestly, don't know if Gengar's still playing. I think Gengar still is, but... Where's Sharif? I don't know. He didn't want to play. I see him queuing ranked ones, though. Juicy 30 seconds away. Ooh, look at this shot, dude. It's a good slot. 2-go lead. Dark took a trip out to midfield. Try and get some boost. Dude, great placement. Great placement. Is Gengar? Yeah, Gengar's the guy who plays with his camera on the moon. Alright, Dark needs a goal on this take. And that first touch just about gave the ball away. I mean, he's not going to be able to stick with it when he gives the ball away right as he starts his dribble. And now it's just too late. Even if he scores this one, I don't think he's going to be able to get another. And he's not going to score this one. So Juicy going to go up 2-1. Trying to send Dark home before the playoffs, or before the main event, I should say. Not even the playoffs. Trying to keep him out of the Swiss. Last life for Dark. Juicy inches away. Do you ever want to do Pro Rocket League, or have you always preferred commentating such content? I did not, for a single moment of my life, entertain or think I ever stood a chance at going pro. And I don't think I ever did. I think that's just an accurate assessment of my abilities. So it's an interesting question. Would I have liked to be a pro? Yeah, probably would have been fun. But because I was just nowhere close or in the stratosphere of ever being able to do that, I never really thought about it. Didn't even know Juicy played once, but he looks good. Yeah, he's in the top 100. You play Rocket League then? I do. I do on occasion play some. Play a lot less since I've started streaming. Dark needs to pop off. Because so far when we've seen Dark have success in ones, it has been on the back of insane pop-offs. The more standard 1v1 play seems to favor Juicy. If Dark wins 3-2, you'll win 40,000 Feer points from a 200-point bet. What did everybody bet? Did everybody bet on Juicy or Dark? That's actually interesting to me. I think Dark might have like, you know, the NRG buff, where it's like you might not have been favored, but everybody is going to vote for you. Dark 3-1 is what everybody spammed. But a good amount of people said Juicy 3-1. Dude, Juicy 3-2 and Juicy 3-0. If I was in my own chat, I'd probably have bet on those. Just because nobody did. And I feel like they're actually, you know, there was a chance that that happens. And you get so many points from that if it does happen. Dark winning it though. Well, he's not winning it 3-1, which is what all the chat guessed. But he could still win it 3-2. He's got a good start to this game. Dark is like NRG, except people expect him to win. Wow. NRG taking some strays. Dark is learning the Zap Dash. I mean, if there's anybody who I would expect to be able to learn it quickly, Dark would be one of them. Zapatos' Zap Dash is kind of like Dark's Pogo in that other people are starting to pick it up. But man, does nobody else other than the original really do it right? You know, really make it so that it's quick and I mean, in the case of Zapatos, his dashes are so fast and they're so effortless that it doesn't like send him in places he doesn't want to go to. And there's really nobody else who's truly matched that yet. It seems like Jack and his donkey dash has been maybe getting close. But like that, like Dark, nobody's truly matched his pogos yet. I mean, his pogos are more versatile than anyone else is close to doing yet, but eventually. Juicy is reading Dark's fake kickoffs very consistently. That is a big part of beating Dark, is handling the fake kickoff. And I wonder what a difference in camera settings could do for that. Dark just times this reset right when Juicy wants to take it away. If you have super, like Gengar. Like Gengar probably does not get faked by Dark very often because he could just see the entire map. But I wonder if higher settings could favor somebody. It doesn't look like Juicy uses that high of settings though. It seems like he might just have the reads. Ooh, double reset. I mean, I said Dark needed to pop off to win because every time he does win, it is on the back of just pop-offs, and it seems like that's happening right now. People still don't value 200% nameplates. Nearly impossible to get faked. Do you have to do that on Bacchus mod? Do you have to take that off for RLCS? Can you do it when on LAN? I'm just rapid firing questions at you. Interface in game? Wait, you can go to 200% on the nameplates? It's just not. It's in game. You can do it in game. Oh wow. Yeah. I'd imagine that competitively you'd almost have to put them into 200%, right? I'm assuming mine's on 100%. They don't seem that big. I've seen other streams where they look much bigger. In fact, my interface is not even at 100%. My interface is like 77, so there's a chance that that also reduces them. I don't know. Not for threes, it gets clunky. I see. Juicy. Looking juicy for his second goal. Use 200% so mobile viewers can read names. Oh, interesting. Juicy trying to match Dark at his own game. Oh, chat, I have terrible news. Oh, wait, actually, we should be okay. An ad is going to auto-run here in 4 minutes, but honestly, it's going to be close. I should be able to snooze it, and then we can run it in between games. We're on a quick minute in between, assuming it's not over and Juicy doesn't win. We'll run an ad in between. Be chilling. Juicy read this one. Dark just going to pinch it to buy himself time. He actually thought for a moment he's going to be able to stay on it, but I did not expect him to stay there long. Free jump, and Juicy unaffected by it. Darks does this a lot, and I don't know if he's just trying to get the opponent thinking. He does. I mean, no, I think he might have legitimately been hoping he was going to be able to pre-jump that, but realized that he was not going to be able to. Had to come back down. Sometimes it works to get the dribbler to be thrown off their game, but it did not look like Juicy was thrown off at all. Oh, Juicy somehow the challenge directly above the ball works out because Dark happens to be right underneath it. He's not going to be able to keep this out. 9-4. Got to keep that eye on that auto run ad. Oh, that was almost insane. A little soft touch with the ball, then finish it off with a wave dash into the ceiling in order to get a reset, but I actually don't think he did, though. If he gets to 10, just run it. No, we'll be good. We're going to run it in between. I don't think it's going to... We'll just not ready up in between the matches, and I think we're just chilling. Oh my goodness, Dark. How old is Dark? He's 14, so he can't be on any team. He's going to turn 15 in 6 months or 5 months, something like that. Sounds like maybe April or May of 23. Do ads now. Don't worry, chat. You're not going to miss a single bit of content. I've got it figured out. I've always got you guys covered, you know? Does the winner of this match qualify? Yes, and the loser is done. Everything's on the line right now. $10-minute ad break? No. It's just going to be a 1-minute ad break. Just a quick ad once this game ends. Dark will be a good addition to a team. You know, that's interesting. I'd like to hear what the pros have to say about that. I don't know how much Dark has been playing threes. And the ability to pogo in 1v1 and, you know, basically freestyle. Does it translate to being a good pro? My inclination is that it doesn't necessarily. You know, the top ones pros that have converted to great threes pros are really, really, really good at ones. They're like the best in the game, which, you know, Dark isn't there yet, but he is very mechanical, no doubt. And I think the benefit for him is that Mina RLCS does, I guess it's shallow is what I'm trying to say. So you might be able to like work your way into on some kind of team is going to take the risk on you probably, if I had to guess. Yo, Holmes Garkins, thank you for the brand new Prime. I don't know if I missed that. All right, chat. Looks like a Dark win and a game 5. You don't see Joyce in the bracket. It's because he is in the main event already. Auto invited to the main event. Does not need to run through this qualifier like these two have to. All right, chat. Minute of ads. I'll see you guys for game 5. Game 5, Dark and Juicy. Winner of this game moves on, qualifies for the main event in the Swiss tomorrow. Juicy wants it to be him. He wants it to be him so bad that he was no longer willing to deal with whatever issue his computer was giving him. He needed a restart. And he's restarted his brain at the beginning of this game, getting his first goal. Yo, Chip Chorp, thank you for the 9 months of Tier 1. You finally caught a stream again. Keep up the good work, Feer. You're absolutely killing it. Yo, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it all. This week is, this week is absurd. I overdid this week a bit, but you know what? I did it for you guys. Not to be that guy, but you get a lot of sun inside. Oh, I didn't. I mean, you know, not in my house. Not in my house, which is absolutely no windows, full, walled up from every single corner. Yo, Minds Games, thank you for the Prime. You have a little patch of sod for your feet so you can touch grass without leaving your computer. Yeah, easy. So easy. Curtains and blinds are always drawn. No, not even that. Just a jail cell in my house. No light getting in. Dark getting his first. Not going to let Juicy peel away here at the start of this final game. You're actually streaming from prison. They have decent internet here. What needs to happen to make Daniel start streaming? I don't know. Daniel has to want to do it. And oh, Dark needs to be scoring these. You know, this is what we're talking about. Dark's struggles are summed up right there. Those have to be goals. And when they're goals for his opponent, he's going to have a really tough time. Sunless Feer. Never thought about it that way. I guess that makes me sunless. Juicy. 4-1. Dark tried to immediately flip on this ball and then had to retreat with 0. Decided his best chance was to come back to the play. Fake kickoff has been read well by Juicy. This is what I was talking about in terms of Juicy trying to peel away. Dark has had a few of his opponents peel away in games, and then he's had a really tough time working his way back. Juicy missing this one. Can't chase Dark down either. You almost feel like Dark needs to convert on this possession, and a demo could be the start. He wanted the wall to air dribble. Juicy came to get him. He's like, hey, come on. Stop being cringe. I'm going to be cringe before you are. And turns and demos him. If you want to play the cringe game, I'll play the cringe game. I wanted to get 9 resets, but I'll demo you if I have to. Another fake kickoff red. Juicy up to the skies. He's looked good in the air. Trying to go air dribble. Bump. It actually works out. I thought he messed it up. Dark's going to throw an okay, which means Dark agrees that he did mess it up. Why did he not get this? Oh, did he get slightly bumped? I think Juicy might have actually bumped him there because the sound sounded like it hit when he was above the ground, meaning he must have touched Dark's car. It didn't look like he landed on him the first time around. Juicy counterattack is in. He had the speed. 6-2. Juicy's got the power. Halfway through the game, 4-goal lead for the Juicer. Juicy into his back corner. Oh, it seemed that needed to be a goal for Dark. He didn't have enough boost to get to it, but every opportunity now has to be converted, including this half flip, which looks like it will. The demo still goes in, but these two getting as much contact between each other as possible on this path to the net. We're speculating that Juicy restarted so that Moxie can play on his account. No, people are not doing that. Ooh, that's a good angle. Juicy's converted well off kickoffs. I mean, Dark flipping at Juicy. I don't understand why he went for that. I have to go back and watch it again because it seems so risky. I don't know if he was hoping to get a bump and then follow it from there. But flipping out to the midfield when you know you're going to lose that race. Power shot. Dark save, but into the net. So, not exactly what he needed. He's actually rushed back to the ball. This demo's not going to connect, since it'll be a Juicy 8th goal. The desperation from Dark is just extending the Frenchman's lead. Dark looking top left. Not in. And I don't think he has the luxury of missing on any attempt with 1:20 left to go. That flick needed to be in. Instead, it's a Juicy goal. Juicy has just converted on all of his scoring opportunities. Dark has gotten a few of his own. Hasn't been nearly as effective. Is Dark on high ping? Dark is on 80 ping. the standard, I would say, for Middle East players on EU. Juicy off the backboard. Juicy is just... He's got him figured out. Dark can't do anything right now. Try to move out to the midfield to get Juicy to go up, and then another pre-jump. I mean, the pre-jumps from Dark have been questionable all series long, and that one might have been questionable again. He's hoping to get Juicy to, you know, make some kind of move, but he pre-jumps so high there. He's spending a ton of time to get back to the ground before he makes his actual save attempt, and I mean, Juicy could have just held on to this ball, but he noticed Dark was flopping. No reason to shoot up 7, but he sees that this wave dash didn't work and recognizes he can make it 11-3. Well, I don't see Dark getting 8 goals here in the next 50 seconds. But Dark's 1v1 career is not over. That's the benefit of being a youngster and getting your first tournament experience. I don't know how many tournaments Dark has played in the past. But I tell you what, there's no easy opponents here at the high level. Juicy's a tough one indeed at that. I mean, we're talking about a very high level RLCS level player who is grinding up his way in ones. It's his first. Yeah, there you go. So I don't know if it's Juicy's first as well, but Juicy's definitely played tons of high level competition, whether it's ones or not. Everybody starts somewhere if you were rooting for a Dark win, but credit to Juicy, who I knew was gonna have a good chance of qualifying when he asked that he wanted to play. I know that Moxie was interested in him playing, and I had seen him play on Heat before and saw how high he was getting in ones. I mean, I think I would have had Juicy. Juicy was in the top 8 in terms of seeding, and he is going to be able to pull it off. I don't know who Juicy lost to. Who did Juicy lose to, chat? You guys know off the top of your head? Juicy lost to Ashley. So Ashley looking good potentially. So our 8 players are going to be Clears, Ashley, Grandma, and Atomic, all coming from the top of the bracket. And then we have, as I predicted, Ness. We've got Juicy. We've got a new Middle Eastern player. I don't know how to say his name. Shadi or Shadi, who actually last second joined in, and the reason why I let him is because it looked like he might be able to qualify, and it turns out that he did. And then I don't know how HMO Devoof is going. It's going to be a bummer if HMO doesn't make it, because he looks really good in his game against Dark and his game against Atomic. But Devoof is not an easy opponent. GG's. Juicy gonna qual.